Nizobona ngobobo ubavela laleli Nizobona ngobobo
Sanibona usibuda mapukado lona Simphiwe Majozi my name. You are watching the channel Yemaswati. Make sure you are still gonna be watching even if ngakubona ubuso bami when I'm but please be watching sharp.
Nizobona ngobobo nizalatshelwa ngempela
Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Lamini Temalangeni. First, the headlines. Government of the Kingdom of ESWATINI has responded on the calls for Prime Minister to resign. Amos Mbete has passed on. It is reported that he died while undergoing treatment at the BULLETIN Provincial Hospital. The Royal ESWATINI Police Service has recovered 36 of 45 stolen cars in the country. The news in details. The government of the Kingdom of ESWATINI has responded on the calls for Prime Minister to resign. A detailed press statement follows. Taken note of the statement issued by an government has taken note of the statement issued by an entity self-styled as Multi-Stakeholder Forum as published by the print media in the country. Government wishes to respond as follows. The call for His Excellency the Prime Minister to consider resigning from his position is not only misplaced and misguided but also baseless in the sense that it is premised on speculation and unproven allegations of failure to judiciously take responsibility and action for untested and unverified accusations leveled against some members of the Royal ESWATINI Police Service as minister responsible. There is no authentic investigative process that has proven the fiction presented through the media as facts. Therefore, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of ESWATINI shall continue to execute his duties freely and fairly in line with the Constitution, which states when and how a Prime Minister relinquishes office. It is not at the core of certain individuals. While the MSF entity is making allegations and counter-allegations about who was and were responsible for the June 29 deaths, it is also interestingly calling for a commission of inquiry on the same. This demonstrates nothing else but their eagerness to brand other people as guilty until they prove themselves innocent. Now, that is not how justice functions. The contrary is rather very true, innocent until proven guilty. The call for the Commission of Inquiry is proof also that no party can state with certainty the events of June 29 and if lives were lost. It will be absurd to take action on the basis of this uncertainty. On the sentiments and options as a possible holiday declared solely to commemorate the death of some people during the June 29 unrest, government wishes to point out that it does not envisage a situation where a public holiday may be determined by situations and circumstances which there is absolutely no clarity or proper understanding and explanations on how, why, and who caused them. Finally, government urges all groups and individuals eager to make a contribution on the next package of political reforms in the Kingdom of ESWATINI to give Sibaya an opportunity wherein in all these issues will be discussed and a way forward be crafted by all Yemaswati, not just a few individuals or groups of people. And this is a press statement from the government of the Kingdom of ESWATINI. Amos Mbete has passed on. It is reported that he died in Polokwane Provincial Hospital in South Africa while serving his 85-year sentence.
Amos Mbete, who was serving the remainder of his sentence in South Africa, has died. His death was widely shared on social media, online publications. Mbete was arrested in Eswatini after him and two counterparts, Musa Dlamini and Jack Govender, had planned to bomb Lozita Bridge. It was then that Dlamini and Govender were killed after the bomb exploded prematurely. Mbete was then charged with sedition, entering the country illegally, and unlawful possession of explosives. The court found him guilty of all charges and was given 85 years in prison. On the month of February, Mbete was transferred to South African prison to serve the remainder of his sentence there. Mbete died at the age of 75. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, I am Nomvuseros Milani in Mbabane.
ESWATINI joined the world in commemorating the World Food Safety Day under the theme Safe Food for Better Health in an event held in Mbabane today. ESWATINI today joined the world in commemorating the World Food Safety Day under the theme Safe Food for Better Health in an event held in Mbabane. Health Director Dr. Vusi Makakula said ESWATINI is working on meeting the international standard of producing safe food. Makakula went on to emphasize on the importance of eating healthy and fresh food, stating that as a ministry they encourage people to protect themselves in every possible way.
Indlela yokuvikela asifunda ukuzifika lapho sihlale sisho sithi prevention is better than cure. Sibasho kona lokho nje ufuna sibambe ngala ingazi zifike ngala kaze bese bakhulu yalabetha esibhedlela abadogula abantu bagule noma.
Speaking on behalf of World Health Organization's Director Dr. Kevin Makatange, who applauded the municipality for joining hands with the health sector in raising awareness.
So it is expected that the food that you eat is not supposed to make you sick. So we are trying to raise awareness among different stakeholders in terms of how we can make the food that we find on people's tables safe.
Mbabane Mayor Azefania Ngambule said the municipality is working very hard in making sure that people get good quality food, upgrading food premises amongst other things.
Bantu abati ukuthi lapho bathenga khona kudla ufuna balade ilungelo labo losilokudla ufuna ukuthi kube kudla lokunjani nangabe kwenteke lokudla kwangamphathi kahle ufuna vele aphuthuma ayesibhedlela because lesekutholile ukuthi bantu bayafa babulala ngokudla lokhanza kusilebhathela kulokudla bese ishala eswini semuntu kuthatha isikhathi abulawe ngipho nasibuka nje kuhlola kwethu sikhanzile ukuthi sebafile abantu labangu 480,000 babulawa kudla.
He went on to encourage businesses to continue maintaining the standards. For Channel Yemaswati News, I am Temalange Dlamini with Dibuyile Mthembu and Kimberly Mavuso in Mbabane. Manzini Municipal Council partnered with 4 cities to fight against climate change by planting trees and holding a waste collecting campaign.
As it was stated that the public transport won't be available today, we found out that the situation in Manzini bus rank was normal like every day. We then spoke to Muzinhlego, the national organizer of Ekabau. He stated that they had a lack of communication with the drivers.
Akunjalo siswambe siplanile vele kusathi tawuma tinqola manje lokwendekile ngilokuthi cha December serengini kube ngile strategy kokuthi asikabi sinye labanye bajele kuvele batawuma ekseni vele kungasenjeta labanye bajele batawusebenza bese bayema nga9 manje waselabe bemile babona laba basebenta babe basinabo ngeke basema ngane ngoba laba vele sebakha imali kube ngiloko nje lokwendekisi hayi kwabese akusahanjiswana ngakiyalini.
Shothi kahle ngalamafishane kube ne lack of communication noma kwenteke noma khona laba bese sebanihamba ngemuva kumbe.
Cha, ngeke ngithile kube nje ushayile nje strategy sanga plan isinye besicansi staba giyalinye kube ngiloko.
We also spoke to Mr. Derek Dlamini, the chairperson of the Local Transport Association in Manzini, who stated that it is really a loss for them as transport owners.
lokubambe bawumemeta nje without bus consultancy nethina sithe member union apparently itokhoka senebhizinisi nje hayi ukuthi mhlambe yini
shothi ngalamafisha baya affecteka laba baleti inqola tekulayisha sive
kakhulu make siyakweleta sisuka phansi kunangu lapha ku-unrest sibuya covid le yonke lento le ikwenta mbeyazange usekiswe but lapho kanza imoto sekudliwe lapha ndazi kuhlunga kakhulu into labasenta yona ngoba nyalo nje sasiyaqala kusatha nesinyathelo leticatha sokufuna sibophela abaphekimisa imoto ukukhipha business.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati, I am Nondobeko Tshabetse with Nonhlanhla Thuala at Mahlanya.
The Ministry of Home Affairs has assured Yemaswati that the national dialogue preparations are in progress. This was said by the Ministry's Communications Officer Mlambo Dlamini at the Council of Churches annual general meeting.
The Swaziland Council of Churches today had an annual general conference whereby they were looking at their yearly plans and resolutions. Mlambo Dlamini, who spoke on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs, stated that their dialogue is still in progress and they are hoping that the church will pray with them.
njengaloku ingonyama yemhlaba yamemetela ukuthi utawuba nayo dialogue emalungiselelo kwesolo ayaqhubeka siyawasebenzela etiko laba labathi dialogue ayikho asathi ukuthi bakhuluma ngani idialogue ikhona kepha litiko likhulelela licela ukuthi libandla lelibambise ngomthandazo ukuze lo msebenzi utawuba impumelelo.
Pastor Zwanini Shabalala, the General Secretary of Swaziland Council of Churches, stated that as the church, they are not taking part or taking sides in any of the divisions that is happening in the country.
Welcome back, and we'll continue with our news bulletin. The Royal ESWATINI Police Service successfully recovered 36 of 45 stolen cars between the period of January to June 2022. The Royal ESWATINI Police Services has recovered 36 of 45 stolen cars in the country. This was revealed by Police Information Communications Officer Superintendent Pindile Vilagati in an interview with Channel Yemaswati reporters. Vilagati stated that most of the stolen cars are used as getaway cars.
So from the robbery side, we recorded 20 cars missing from the beginning of this year till now. And fortunately, 14 of those cars have been recovered. We only have 6 that are still missing. And on the other side of motor vehicle theft or theft of motor vehicle, we recorded 25 cars that were stolen since January this year. And we have managed to recover 22 cars, which means we still have 3 that are still missing. So we are appealing to everyone who might have information that could lead to recovery of these missing vehicles to assist us as police. We can call either the regional crime branch officer in that region or the 999 or 409 for that information. We also noted that we were studying the way these cars goes missing, and we observed that some are taken by thugs who intend to commit other crimes such as robbery. They take the car so that they can flee the scene of incident.
Vilagati went on to applaud other security personnel for helping the police in recovering most of the stolen cars. For Channel Yemaswati News, I am Demelang Dlamini with Kimberly Mavuso and Babane. The Revelation Spiritual Home invites the nation to join them in a service that will take place in Matapa, New Village.
Ngivusele masotsha the donation. Kune simemetelo lesosethula namuhla siyacela masotsha ukuthi sihlanganeni eNew Village ngeSonto. Ngoba baba uke wefika la kulo mnyaka lophelile nawe uyophela washo ukuthi kukhona la kulungisele eMaswati. So uphendulile ke sekulungile lokho kakulungisele eMaswati. Kufuna sihlanganeni ngoba uyeda sishanyele sibonisane ukuthi sitamemukela kanjani sineMaswati. Kuloko nje lesibedlulisako namuhla babukele.
Engabe nihlangane le New Village nidla uhlangana ngabani isikhathi?
Usho ukuthi nje i-app yethu isheshe iqale nga6 shothi nga8 angene babi, kodwa nje ke ngoba simema wonke umuntu lolusotsha nalungesilolusotsha nalufuna kuvaka abandi nemasotsha ukuthi umhambo uyobe njani, akafika nje noma ngasiphi isikhathi kodwa nje angabi late. Lapha nje ko10-11 bangacala ke abantu befike, kodwa nje thina sisuke vele sesiqalile batangikhanza sesiqalile sisekhathi sihlanganisa ukuthi kufanele sende nje sakuthi kufanele sende njalo kulungisela kodwa babe.
Yini i-app makhe?
I-app shothi sinehlelo like bo Facebook ngabekisa ngathi ngabekisa kanjani. So ke lisonto nalo line-app lapho babe sesimbukela khona ngetizathu te-COVID. Sasa ke soyasakhela le-app yelikhaya lemoya. Niyo ke lecala ngabo 6 ke ize yophela ngaba strings ambani kuba le break emkhathini.
ESWATINI Investment Promotion Authority today hosted a workshop at Sibane Hotel whereby the business community was empowered on how to meet the international market quality standards.
ESWATINI Investment Promotion Authority (EIPA) today hosted a workshop at Sibane Hotel where they were empowering and capacitating the ESWATINI business community. The head of trade of the company, Bongani Njangase, said that the meeting will ensure that business people obtain all the skills and know-how they need in order for their produce to gain markets in other countries. He encouraged other companies and organizations to produce goods of high quality and standards in terms of packaging so that they will be exported?
Well, basically today we've organized this workshop. It's an export readiness workshop where we are empowering and capacitating our business community from Eswatini in terms of exports. Many times we have been inviting them to export and produce products that are ready for exports, but maybe we have not covered certain aspects which also relate to export in terms of the quality. What are the products, the standards that are expected, the packaging, your pricing, and a lot of other aspects that relate to export trade. So we are here training our local business community to say, if you want to sell your products to the US, for example, these are the expectations. If you are accessing Asian markets, these are the expectations. We also be covering areas such as access to finance. We'll be covering standards I've already mentioned.
He also said that as a company, they are quite impressed about the current number of exported goods in the country. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati is Dibuile Mtembo in Babane.
Pastor Moses Warren sends his condolences to the Masuku family, Royal Eswatini Police Service, and the nation at large on the passing of Deputy National Commissioner Vusi Masuku.
Phene college amvakashela ahle amniketa
Ivebuhlungu kakhulu ngokushona kwale ndvodza enguVusi Masuku lwakwaba umxhumanisi sive namaphoyisa lo nyalo besalisekela le mphathi wamaphoyisa akangwana lokuhamba kwakhe silahlekele sonke. Qale ngililele umndeni wakuba Masuku ngithi awungesimbo Masuku akwalahlekelwa nenodwa silahlekelwe sonke. Le ndvodza yaMasuku ngiyayadi kakhulu bekangumngani wami nami ngihle lapha kuye-office lakhe e-Police College Mathapha ngiyompha emavi ngiyomthandazela phela nemndeni wakuba besebenzela sonke sive sithi awumathuthu bekunene akwehli la kungehlanga.
Uthi kule simo lesi kufa akusilutho nenkosi lengiJesu Kristu yakuncoba yena uyadi ukuthi Masuku la khona uhleli kahle netingilozi ezulwini. Nzabenti Channel Yemaswati ngiJustice wakadlamini ngikumathapha.
Before we end our news bulletin for tonight, let us look at our top stories making headlines. Government of the Kingdom of Eswatini has responded on the calls for Prime Minister to resign. Amos Mbetsi has passed on. It is reported that he died while undergoing treatment at the Polokwane Provincial Hospital. The Royal Eswatini Police Service has recovered 36 of 45 stolen cars in the country.
This weather forecast is proudly brought to you by FSRA.